We have to discuss a little bit today, and that is because there have been some violence connected to our elections of late, and it's very sad. It's sad mainly because the youth play a large role in this, and that's something we cannot understand, or I cannot understand. So I just came out today to just really talk about it. Usually I'm not, as I said, I'm not into politics. I do vote, but you can get out other G's who I vote for. But yeah, but I'm not into it to the extent where I will be angry if my party or my candidate doesn't win. I will throw rocks and stuff. And as we all know, a couple of days ago there was some violence at the Liberty Party headquarters where people got wounded. Even my friend's car got busted up because her house is next to the CDC headquarters. It's like in between the two headquarters. That's the bad part. And her house is not in your fence. Jerry Rock can jump over fence. And her car was parked in the whole throwing rocks and stuff. They busted up her car. And it's sad because like we loot or do these type of things. So the question now is what can we do as Liberians to see how best we can stop electoral violence and keep a civil war from happening, because these are things that always, these things are cause and effect. Most times there's a cause before you get the effect. Even though for this instance I didn't really get, the cause didn't really make sense to me, but that's just my opinion. And so yeah, that's it. And the youth, most times, like I said earlier, the youth play a large role in these things. So like, what's going on with us? Do we not like this? Because even if you are struggling, let's be realistic. Even if you are struggling, once there is peace, you can hustle and have your daily, you can eat every day. As some people can say, you can build your body. If you can build house. You understand what I'm saying? So like, why would we want to ruin this peace that we have? And once there's war, everything goes backwards. We're just trying to build our country now. Some of our kids are just going to movie theaters for the first time because when they were born, all the things were already damaged. Some of our buildings are just getting renovated. We're still suffering from the roads, but at least we are getting roads that are improving. Speaking of roads that are improving, to who it may concern, the crush rack you're wasted on going from Freeport going all the way to Looking Town side, the water feeling moving on. So we are back to our swimming pool. So if you guys can kindly bring more crush rack and waste it there, we'll highly appreciate it, because it's causing traffic and it's spoiling people's cars. Even though it'll be better if you put some cement on it, so that when you put it in a hole, it won't just wash away in a week, and you can save some money. Okay, let me get back to what I was saying. But I live here on that side, and so I just had to pitch my idea. Yeah, so even if we are struggling, we as a youth, we are not struggling to that extent where I can't say we're struggling. I can't speak for everybody, but what I can say is this: we do not know, we cannot do better if there's war. There is no way that we as a country will move forward if there is war. We should be at a point now where we can actually accept results. We should be able to accept the result and move forward, because at the end of the day, once there is peace, no matter who is president, we will still try to make it. If you eat baked chicken today, you eat baked chicken tomorrow. It makes no sense that we as young people of Liberia still see violence to be the only answer. And the most pathetic part is we are going to go to jail for someone else. Are we willing to die for somebody else? You Jesus?
No.
Yeah, DJ don't really know. The guy said he ready to die. So it's crazy that we as young Liberian people will actually most times be the root cause of this violence. Once there is peace, there is development. How Liberia was 5 years ago is not how it is now. How Liberia was 3 years ago is not how it is now. There has been a big change. There are more businesses, there are more radio stations, there are more entertainment spots, there are more schools, there are more churches. People are coming in now to actually learn about us, to actually know us. And believe it or not, the world is paying attention to Africa nowadays. Everyone wants to be African. Everybody won't wear lapa. Everybody won't wear dashiki. Everyone wants to associate with us as Africans because of our culture, because of how we are. Then we now damaging what we have, what people are looking for, why people admire us. We are here damaging it, we're doing it to ourselves. And if you claim to like a party or an individual so much, you're damaging that person. Because investors will not want to come to Liberia to help us, to bring business to us, to help empower us, to teach us, to give us opportunity to make our own money. If they are afraid that they come and put their infrastructure down or invest their money, they might lose. And so the party, whatever party you're fighting for, the party is looking bad internationally. Because now the country probably gets harder because no investor wants to come in and build a company here when they are not sure that in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years or in the next year we might have another by-election or senatorial election, and somebody will go to around because you know these modern buildings now get glasses all around and bust the glass buildings. So then the government that you are claiming that you love so much, that you want them to be in power, you want them to win, they must win our elections at all costs. Now you're making them to look bad. Because then where they gonna get money from? The government want to feed all of us. If we all sat down and say the government should give each of us money in the country every day, that thing will come and die. So we depend on, no man is an island. And I don't even think a country is an island. We also depend on international people to come in. We depend on tourists and those other people to come in and try to make Liberia better. And it's sad because the fact that we cannot even agree to disagree, it saddens us. It saddens me anyway. It's crazy because we the young people gotta do better. We really have to try harder and do a better job. We really have to. And let me also mention the media. Usually, until I started coming on the radio, I normally plug my little Bluetooth and connect it to my phone in my car and I'm jamming, or I only listen to stations that play music at that time. I wasn't really interested in news or listening to talk shows and stuff like that because it was depressing. But yesterday I was listening to this station. I don't know if I call the station name, if they will sue me. But I would like to call their number before they sue me. But I was listening to this station. Yeah? Call the number? I don't know the name, but I know the number 8.5. And there was the Kings. And there was this guy on air. And the guy was just cursing everybody. He was like, Liberian people are stupid because our president put quota road in front of their houses and CDC didn't even win that portion of the place. We are ungrateful. We are this. We are that. He insulted to the fact, to the point he was even almost spreading hate because you can come on air and have nothing good to say about other people. He insulted the opposition. He insulted we the no positions, as Liman Boy said. He insulted everybody. And this is also a root cause of violence. Because people listen to the radio. There are young people that listen to the radio every day. Every single day. And their minds are still growing. Their minds are still forming. They are still getting opinions. Or their minds are still maturing. And so when we come on the radio and we say nothing but hate. We preach nothing but hate. Then what do we expect? What do we expect to be out in our society? We should do better. When I was coming up, a journalist's role was to give you the facts in a story. The journalist is not there to give you their opinion, how they feel about this, how they feel about that. Their job is to come on the radio, to go and do their research, which sometimes we lack, but we're still doing better at it. Their job is to go and do their research, come and give we the public the facts. That's it. Not to tell us how we're stupid for voting for this person, how that we won war, how this, how that. That is not our role as journalists. That is not our role. If you say you're a DJ, come on and play your Google music and make people walk, make people dance, and you move forward. But we cannot go on the radio and just preach hate all of the time, because then it affects our children. Because if you're a grown man, you sit on air and all you say is how Liberian people are stupid, we are dogs, but we see, oh, they may even say how when President Weah was not president, And Liberia was suffering when former president, what's her name, Ellie, stole, like him now, allegedly stole all our money when we were in exile with president. We had took his personal money and fed us. Now our ungrateful selves sitting here and saying they meant and see, they meant this, they meant that, but we will suffer. Like the suffering will kill. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that you just wake up in the morning, come on the radio, and just give your opinion the whole time, just curse people? It's crazy. You cannot force your opinion on someone else. This going election, I personally did not vote because I voted the last time, and I can understand my whole voting. Some things going on, I can understand, and so I decided to just stay back and watch. Because for me, the both candidates, I didn't really see, or not even the both, but the main ones that had a point of winning, I didn't really see, my interest. I didn't see people that were supporting what I believed in. So I decided to sit back. It doesn't mean now if this person wins, I should say no, the only person I want, or this person is not supposed to be there. No. Where, as they say, where one person's right ends, another person's right begins. So we are supposed to be the ones that are tolerant. We should teach our kids how to be tolerant. We should tell our children that life is not always going to be how you want it. If just a senatorial election is getting violent, then what happens when we have a presidential election? Then what happens when the candidate that we want does not win? What happens to democracy? It's getting scary. It's getting scary for everybody. I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I'm hungry, I can get sick. I can get vexed. I can be depressed. I don't know how to dodge bullet. I don't know how to walk from here, red lights. I've never seen a dead body before on the street. There are things that we've seen on camera because for some of us who are not around and were young during the war that we don't want to repeat. So we as young people, we have to, you can't do the same things and think you'll get different results. We have to learn from our past mistakes and be better in our future. We cannot just sit there and do the same things our parents did and do the same things our grandparents did and expect to have a different result. It's not fair. Let me open my phone lines then so I can rest, because as you know, my crew, none of them are around today, so I'm on my own. But if you want to join the conversation, if you want to tell us what you think we can do as Liberians, as community dwellers, as young people, to make sure we do not go back to our past, our bloody past of civil unrest, to keep our democracy safe and strong, to keep a peaceful Liberia, you can call us on 0770-501-501, 0555-588-888, or 0770-100-051. Oh yes, the person that calling in, I love you. God bless you. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. Good morning. My name is Dr. Roland Robert from Minnesota.
What's your contribution, sir?
Well, thank you very much. So we need very much investing. And, I've always said the young people of this country are started breathing like cat and dog. I don't know what I do.
Yes, I can get you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Our young people of this country have to be careful. I think correctly that I think 60% of the population of this country is young. It's comprised of young people.
Yeah, approximately.
My experience has taught me that everything that happens in this country, almost everything, the young people take on to it and do it either the worst or the best. If the young people decide that this country will be better, it's going to be better. Because they are in the majority. And if they decide that it will be worse, it's going to be worse.
That's true.
That problem is working. Most of the violence that is in young people are the ringleaders and they are the instigators and everything. And this is into our government. Most of our government authorities now are young people. Like for instance, our dear Lord Mayor, he's a very young man.
Exactly.
But he has been instigating violence on business.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Daniel Cooper.
What's your contribution, sir? Uh-huh.
Since I was born and I grew up in this country, from ever as a child, at the time we used to be on the radio, I have never seen a journalist or commentator build food on the radio that ever comes up. You talk about it is 8.5. That's the way you are.
That's true.
What good man started to view on the radio?
That's true. Yeah, but sir, I never said that guy, whoever I was listening to yesterday, was the first, sir. I was just giving him as an example because he was the last one that I heard. I agree with you on what you say with Costa. That is also true. But I was just giving him as an example because he was like the latest that I have heard. That's true. Thank you for calling, sir. Here, let me take this other one. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your contribution, sir?
My contribution here is I'm on the radio station radio last night.
The C station.
One time I Johnny, I fed back that nigga up there, I fed back that, yeah, they country like Chile, somebody spoil the country. And something people, they say, President Where is supporting today, they bring a campaign, I used to listen to their talk show, they want Jabate. The language they used to use on the radio, I can't say on the radio set. And attacking people today, what we are putting operation putting in government, on the money in government, and something that I agree. I said, I'm from my radio set. You don't want to talk like this. If you generally go on the radio, you're talking about position to you. You understand? So something people. Maybe someone just be like me, because usually people know you, like a buyer, so they will not be in position, you only know how to say, but they know they don't know what you can do. One thing you don't do, we will not talk about user market. Then today, supporting people, certain people say, the people who are going in government, all the money in the government, or fire, all of that. I'm calling on radio. So thank you, Sister.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, my friend.
I'm great.
My name is Alphonse Benjamin Jr. I'm calling from the Intensive Room.
What's your contribution, sir?
Yeah, my contribution has to do with, when people in the media, we continue to spread kind of hate messages that will impact other people outside there. I don't know what the other people will do. I think that's great. Therefore, the head push that programming is something publicity. But I think government control them. Now,
Exactly. All right, sir. All right, thank you so much for calling, sir. Okay, before I take my next call, let me just make this clear. When I was giving reference to the station that I heard last night where the guy was like literally bashing us and saying all the hateful stuff, I was not saying that that's the only station that does it. I was only saying that we that come on the radio, we that have a platform, we have a responsibility to try to maintain the peace also. So we should try our best not to spread hate. Like the old people usually say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. So, okay, let me get back to my call. I think you guys have gotten the point. Okay, the call is gone. Sorry, don't be vexed. Okay, they're back. All right, good morning. Your own sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your contribution, sir?
Thank you very much for the analysis and thank you for the popular analysis question. You could have said that the word to your produce friend, we have a responsibility as a woman to go to this country. And the responsibility to rescue and share the cost. Because you never actually put the question. Not the question or the question. They want to check.
Thank you so much for coming, sir. Good morning, your own sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing studio there?
I'm great, oh.
Okay. I want to thank you this morning for topics on our discussion. Because when you look at the media, that's supposed to play a key role in impacting the people by giving a very nice message out there. Trying to give the bad message actually back. King's FM, Coastal Radio, Freedom FM, these are three radio stations that are actually involved in this.
Wow.
They are actually involved
Exactly.
Peace FM, Costa Radio, and Freedom FM. And this is about women's science. I was very discovered. I used to have very respect for that for women's science. I was very respect on one of the shows when he called, he shot them before, including the before mother of women's science. It's so very opportunity.
Wow.
So I said, wow, this man who always preach message against more violence is the one that is shocking. This is not always the case. I said, but then we can't change it anymore. So that's how it is, my sister. Thank you for the talking discussion.
Thank you so much for calling. Okay, let's take another one. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is I'm calling from Prince Chris, Lavender.
What's your contribution, sir?
Well, I tell one of the community guys is because I think that's what I had to come over this question this morning. Because for those who they take investment business too serious, personally, when the party of law, people go to keep close or maybe go to street and start with. Yeah. So I said to him, I think this question like tell one this one year the other, you know why I said to know that the unit of political party is a part of law. They should be the right acceptance so and that just me myself. I'm a strong supporter of the ruling party and I voted for
Exactly. Exactly. All right, thank you so much for calling, sir. Okay, so I just want to give a brief shout out to everyone that's watching me on my Facebook Live. I have Kenny G Square, I have Bale Pople, I have Calmy Huff Jr., I have Randolph Halligan. Let me see who else I got again. I got Sally Bowman, Jojo, the Pellet Queen. Thank you guys so much. Roland Matthew, Cousin Barkers, what's going on? And let me just read this comment. Kenny G Square said, my little advice to the government is that they shouldn't attempt to close any stations that was talking on behalf of the government and is now opposing the same government. Why wasn't their clearance checked when they were preaching for the same government? Well, that's a good question. And yeah, I do think they shouldn't close the stations down, but then we also now should be mindful of what we say. And it's not even just about you talking against the government. Even the music you play, the languages you use, we have our children that listen to the radio. So how do we expect our kids to grow up with something better when the radio that's all around? Because here now, they got the boys that can sell music, they can have their big speakers all around the street, listening, playing radio, playing songs. We have to just be, we as parents, as Liberians, as just human beings, have to just be a little bit more mindful of each other. That's what I think. But let's take this call. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're on. Okay, thank you for lowering your radio. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, I will praising you, but our radio still got to go down, sir. Yes, please. Because the feedback. And what's your contribution? Yes, but much better. What's your contribution, sir?
People always have this saying that
No, but sir, you are missing the point. The point is not the fact that they are supporting other people. That is their right. The point is the manner in which it is being done. You cannot incite hate. You cannot try to say things that will cause people to be angry, to want to react. You have, as a public figure, you have to understand that you have influence on the minds of others. So it's not about who they are supporting, it's how they are supporting the people, sir.
I do agree with you 100%. But the only advice to all those people within the country, let them be sure.
Exactly.
All the same page. They're talking. And you are the most done anything that comes from my mind, not letting it come off. If I decide to provide another person a bad man to support me because I'm not here at all, that will be happening for the past time.
All right, sir. All right.
Thank you very much, Emily.
Thank you so much for calling. Good morning. You're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Peter. I call from Liberian.
What's your contribution, sir?
Thank you very much. It was very interesting to have with this conversation. But my contribution is the encouragement you can give to one people is very, very far. And I thought of one of the explain myself that appreciation to you. So how children or our children will be in a certain manner and be drawn to the advance wherever I told you where the country.
Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm.
Could you hear messages from the other end in using local languages that I will read you? It's done. With the government, the Ministry of Information need to monitor the station. The Cultural Station and the King Station, King FM, the two stations, one man, I woke up and I cried in the station and I called it the King Station. My sister, when I was getting the big hour reading on the television, and I said, what's this? We should have also been called the one next thing that I'm doing. If you must imagine, so we need to deserve for this. And I told them, no stop doing this too. What am I doing? Like, let us go. After war, we shall come together and you the broken people and the broken people and you our rulers.
That's true.
But now, remember, everything the world goes up and like other people are not sure the war. They are praying for war. Look at their public behavior. They want to went on the opposition one and quietly. These are going from our own blood. You know the own blood. They use that same way they start this year. What we do this blood? We should start this year. This is better for us.
That's
We
true.
need to come to our senses and look at our leader, let us leader, and stop really investing for them. If you are talking to a host, be wondering, learn how to talk to your leader. And I want to tell the government in this day, never to close postal stations. The postal point let the Minister of Information go after them. Let them pay their things to put it instead of closing them. You go to postal station, it's technology all you did. They say, oh, you see, they are closed, they start closing station. They will go wide. Let the city go down, go. Let them forget about that. Let postal go home. But the station was let you all the station to exist for really good stuff and that. No, that's it. If you monitor it will stop. But if you really care to do it, all of it is good. They can't ever walk into it walk. And I was checking.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, one other point I would like to make. I think my callers are kind of diverting from the subject a little bit, even though they are, on point. When I mentioned the station and how they are spreading hate, some of the anchors on the station, some of the journalists, maybe it's unknowing they spread hate. I also spoke about we as Liberians, what we can do to try to prevent electoral violence, because the main point was us discussing what happened this past week between the Liberty partitions and the seditions, and how a lot of young people were involved, and what can be done to prevent that. And yes, I did mention about the other stations and some people coming on the radio and the journalists that are spreading hate, but I don't think it's fair to leave all of that responsibility on them, because now it's seeming like it's only them that are the cause, and we are, let me say we, because I'm part of them, we are portion of the cause, but not completely. So let me take this call. Good morning, you're on Sister Circle Liberia Live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
What's your contribution, sir?
My contribution is question.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah, okay. What we will do is, I don't know why they brought this anchor in this country. We do not know what politics is. Politics is a form of game. After the game, doesn't mean there is an assimilation.
Exactly.
But the politics, we know to do the politics of the war. We need to debate on the behavior. After the game, we don't believe in that video. But if you decide the war, if I kill you, if I succeed, I'm going to go, never see anymore. So we should debate so they will see everyone else back, and they're happy, and the body better. We need to debate when they want to disagree with her, to do it and avoid special violence, to stop. It's not good.
Exactly.
Special violence is not good. It just escalates, it can cause, it just bring problems in the office that will go end up coming. If I do not want you, the person I said there, if he or she wins, that's what it is.
Exactly.
It's something that I didn't give. But if you win now, if I give you that, you're going to show at you the way I'm going. So we need to defeat her because those of us that are in power now, let us not use the power or those that are working the power for us. If it's not people who have more power for you, where's not the how will you join you? Just because we're doing it, nobody will do it for us. I will keep my power to be on everybody. That's not how we want to. So we should look at this, use your power.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for calling. Okay, so I can't take any more calls because I'm actually out of time. Rexlyn is in the building to do her thing. But I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Sister Circle Liberia Live on Prime FM 105.5. We are here every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 o'clock a.m. discussing issues affecting us, women and girls in Liberia. We also try to highlight female entrepreneurs. And for the record, if you're a female entrepreneur, you want to promote your business, because the point of this show is also to help to promote us, to give us a platform to do better as entrepreneurs, as trailblazers, just hit me up. You can send us an email at sistercircleliberia@gmail.com, or you can just find me on Facebook, John Day Blay-Walker. Send me an inbox, and it's a picture of my husband and I, because I got more than 5. Or you can find me on Instagram, Missy OJ. You can also send me an inbox and it's free. You don't have to pay. If you're a female entrepreneur, yes, it's free. Just come and promote your business. Let's network, meet you, and see what's up for your future. So my important statement is, we as Liberians, we should try to do better, to be peaceful. We as parents, we should try to train our children so that when they leave our homes, they will know what is right and what is wrong. And we as young people, we should also set an example for the ones that are coming behind us, and try to learn from the mistakes that our forefathers, our parents, our grandparents made. So I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If I didn't take your call today, please don't feel bad, because we've gotten out of time now, but we can still take your call next week. So thank you so much once again, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Sorry, I'm going, gotcha.